Yeah, phone and computer. Yeah, phone and computer. Yeah, phone and computer. Yeah, phone and computer.
Test. Do you hear me? I don't have my earphones. Cannot find my earphones. Do you hear an echo?
Yeah, phone and computer.
Hello. Test 1, 2, 3. Test. Do you hear me? I don't have my earphones. Cannot find my earphones. Do you hear an echo? Okay. Hello. All right. Oh, we got Rose here. Very good. Okay. So, 1, 2, 3. This is an experimental stream for me to explain to people how to do what I do, which is being an organic inspector for a program that's funded by the government, U.S. government, Transition to Organic Partnership Program. And I have a curriculum that I've made for people to understand the the steps. I call them levels. And this is going to be level 1. So, an introduction to the National Organic Program. And also I'm working on a guide for farmers to market organic grain. So something that I've been thinking about recently, since my last stream in March, is what is organic? What does the word mean? And there are tests that you can do for organic matter. That's the scientific word. There's the linguistic word to have organic, there's the communication word, or having organic content spreading. And maybe that is a metaphor for fungi. And people who are involved in agriculture and agricultural training think about how those things are interconnected. And not her. Elaine Ingham was a researcher who made a famous diagram. She called it the soil food web, and she taught people how to read things. She passed away a couple months ago, and at that time, before she passed, I was thinking of making an updated art to describe the soil food web. And it's how all of these different parts of the soil that some people think is very plain, very boring, are very lively, very complicated. And it's not just the soil, it's things that come above ground, and even the sun and the sky, and air and water. So, organic matter is built from some very interconnected parts. She summarized it as waste, residue, metabolites from plants and animals and microbes. And that's a very scientific way to put it. But in a farmer's way of thinking, one of my uncles, who's a gardener, he called himself regenerative a long time ago. He said that you need mulch. If you have a lot of mulch, you're going to have a lot of organic matter. And he got it from just wood chippings. I can get it on my farm from straw because I'm a wheat farmer. So the roots, the straw on the top, even the green leaves, if you smash them down, eventually they're going to leave a residue. And there's something that I wish I knew. I wish I could have taken one of her classes to know. How to read a soil test to make decisions. But here we are. She's passed, and I can still learn for myself. And I believe that's what it means to be an organic farmer. That's what it means to be more, too, where I am a biodynamic farmer, which is a word that people in the last century made to talk about stewards of life, a dynamic life in the soil, or how a whole system can work together. Your farm is a living organism. And the thing that we want to avoid is what Woody Guthrie was singing about in the Dust Bowl. He lived it. My grandma lived it, talking to me about there was dust that came through the windows and coated the plates. They had to clean the plates off. There were grasshoppers that ate clothespins off the line. My dad, hearing stories of people using scoops on tractors to try to scoop up the grasshoppers that were devastating the crops. So we did some real harm to the land that actually, it was so bad we did something about it. And that was part of law or a government administration that became known as the New Deal. So in that program, in that New Deal, there was the Workmen's Progress Administration, and it had quite a few benefits on the farm that I live on. There was a dam that was built. There was Quonset. There was even maybe a toilet. Maybe not. Maybe my mom can correct me there. But it made conservation important. And we have a great amount of money right now that the Natural Resource Conservation Service has the power to give out to people. And that is called the Regenerative Pilot Program. But really, my NRCS agent has told me it's the same name. I mean, it's a name for programs we've already been doing. EQIP, Environmental Quality Incentives Program, and CSP, Conservation Stewardship Program. And it's maybe packaged in a different way, or they'll have different criteria for people to start to do the program. Like you're supposed to create a whole farm plan. And so this is something I'm familiar with as a biodynamic farmer, because of what I said. We think of farm as a living organism, a holistic system. But to try to get the majority of farmers to do it, I think we have a long way to go. I think we're due for having some kind of a new program to keep the soil from blowing. We've had one dust storm so far this year, and we're in an extreme drought. But there's something different that needs to happen if we're really going to make good quality crops. So if we look at the history of the organic movement, this was after the Dirty 30s. This was really in the 60s. People started to want more local food. There was something called the Back to the Land movement. People were moving away from people were moving away from processed foods or foods that were made using pesticides and synthetic fertilizers that became popular after World War II. It might have been because of a book called Silent Spring. By Rachel Carson. It might have been because of people who were noticing health problems. My grandpa rejected the idea that you needed to spray an herbicide or a fungicide on milo crop. My dad told the story that they sprayed and the smell lingered strongly in the air, so that my grandpa, Andrew, raised up his finger and said, "Never again." And he had the kids. He had 10 kids. I don't know if they were all alive at that time, but he had them stay inside the house. And it was it was not a very sealed house, I imagine. So you can think about the exposure that farm workers and children are exposed to. And maybe there's a connection between Parkinson's or other illnesses. There are some lawsuits that have been out there that maybe in law you won't have as strong of a a clear outcome or clear understanding or bringing something closer to the truth compared to science. But you'd get a conclusion at a point in time for culture. So I'm talking about a recent lawsuit. And just to give some context, it gives you an outcome, but if you're seeking something that's the truth to make decisions, maybe you need to rely on your own senses, your own sense of discernment. So where I'm going with this is understanding what is organic certification as a movement. Why does someone actually feel the deep need to change their farming practices, their livelihood, and commit to doing a lot of paperwork and being under the scrutiny of a government program where they are put down, they are told they're doing things wrong, and there's not always a reward, like monetary reward. People talk about now organic premium, but that's not always that much or guaranteed, or it could be eaten up by different costs that you have within your farm, because there's no real guide for an individual farm to understand about their own finances. and their own marketing ability. So, as I've visited with a lot of farms in my region, they quit after a few years if they don't see the return. It becomes too hard. And that is what we're seeing. Why are we losing organic farms? So the National Organic Coalition did an analysis, and they found this red here is crop producers. They are quitting at a greater rate than they're entering. It used to be organic farmers were rising like a trend, but now we're seeing a net negative. Livestock operations are increasing, handling operations are increasing, but I believe those two are, we're not going to see that in the next couple years because this is a new requirement from the government. We had a change in rules called Strengthening Organic Enforcement, where it captured a whole bunch of people and businesses that were not previously required to be certified. So in a way, it's an artificial increase that will go away because those people are now going to be recertified. And some of them will decide, actually, we don't like to be certified. Less subsidies. The subsidy question is important for people's decisions because organic farms don't have subsidies specifically for them. I talked about NRCS and the regenerative pilot program. That's not specific to organic farms, and the way it can be administered to organic farms, they can frame it in a way that if you're already doing the practices, you don't get a benefit. So it's a way to transition farms closer to organic practices, like planting cover crops, not over-fertilizing, avoiding contaminating waterways. But for the people who are already certified organic, those things are common practice, more common practice. But the cover crops, that one is a bit more controversial. But if we get into what actually will keep farms certified, you can go through all of this history, how we got here, and we might be on the trend down. But at its root or foundation, if you think about the word organic, it's like a tree, like the roots of a tree. It's spreading naturally if the nutrients are there, if the right conditions are there. And trees, if I understood right from Elaine Ingham, they like a fungal rich environment. So that's created with lots of leaves and things. And to bring it back into a human metaphor, they need people to care about what we eat. So when we have people who are separated from the farming systems, they don't maybe think so much about the quality of the food as like, oh, this was grown organically, this was grown without pesticides, this is going to make me healthier in the long run. A lot of people are surviving. They're just surviving. And they look at organic as too costly. We have policies that push people, everyday people, away from eating something that is nutrient dense, and push them towards maybe a calorie-rich diet. And that can be cheap, and they can survive for a while, but maybe they won't be as healthy. So that's a system to keep people very, like, they'll be obedient, they'll survive, but they won't really have the virility or fertility, the liveliness that can make them do a lot of good things. So here we are down in the criticism, and the organic farmers need to be encouraged that they're actually growing something that is nutrient dense. This is not something that's part of the standards. It's not something that's required to be tested by the government. But I believe this is where we need to go. And part of the beauty of the organic regulation is that we have the ability to shape the standards through a public hearing, through public comments. There's a meeting of a stakeholder board, the National Organic Standards Board. Meeting is coming up in May, and I believe they're under represented right now because the whole USDA is getting gutted right now. But people can attend online. In some ways, they have been able to in the past. Otherwise, they can go to Omaha, and these meetings are held twice a year. Oh yes, there is a listening session. So I encourage people as an inspector to not just take the standards as they are as a certified farm. You're under the government's oversight. You are the government as a citizen, and even if you don't go to a meeting like this, you can shape how you how the rules work by advocating for yourself when you deal with non-compliances. So, if you are an inspector, you're very limited in what you can tell people. You have to not consult and not show bias. But this is a built-in part of our system, our rules, that you can still be a person with needs and shape the standards by advocating for yourself. And that's going to conclude my lecture on the National Organic Program rules. So, we can have more free discussion. And I see there's a comment in the chat. Today I had pizza that I'm 95% sure was designed with special dough that sits in the intestines, causes minor impaction, and basically gives you enough nutrients for a couple of weeks without eating. Oh, okay. So, that makes sense. The flour today has been enriched and is very fine. So it's a sifted flour, a white flour, and they add back in nutrients. And some people who are my customers for wheat say that they have gluten sensitivity, and if they eat my wheat that is an older variety, and maybe if they turn it into a sourdough, they don't have as much sensitivity. But it's hard to get something like my wheat nowadays without having more of a direct connection to a farmer. So I don't think you have to always have that direct connection to a farmer, but if you can still advocate for the kind of food that will give you that liveliness or vigor, eventually people will listen. So from here, I'm going to shift over to doing a little sketch. And I'll see if I can get my paint program to work. Maybe I have to go to GIMP. And if you want any of these links, I can send them to you. But basically, if you look up the Wikipedia page for a lot of this, learn a lot of the timeline. And if you had questions on any of that, there's some stories I could tell, especially about this guy. Rudolf Steiner. Okay, I'm going to switch over to image editing. And we'll do it's not letting me. Try to do a sketch. Wonder. I make a new window capture. Nope, still not letting me. I might need to update my streaming software. Okay. Another thing I can do is just get into playing a game, and then I'll just talk about the art that I'll make eventually. AI art works pretty well to make things really quickly, but you will have errors. It's, I think, just good for inspiration. Yeah, we'll leave that up for now. So we're due for another revolution in our policies. Okay, we're gonna load up a rim world. See if that works. And if not, I can just go on into some of these other critiques that I have. If anyone has a video that they'd like me to analyze, they have questions about, but they don't want to really talk to the creator of the video on these topics, I'd be happy to do that. Okay. Rose says, you mentioned organic needed changes. I agree. Curious if you think organic programs should have major changes, or should there be a new label / program, like under a whole new name? So I don't think it needs to have a whole new label or program. I think the structure is good. The foundation is good. But the program is only as good as the people who make it. So if the people aren't actively engaged in shaping the rules and keeping them current, then it falls apart. And it's a very slow system. That's the flaw. You don't want it to be too fast. You don't want it to be as slow as it is. So where I think personally the program should go is adding testing requirements for soil organic matter to show are the organic practices on a farm actually increasing the organic matter, which is part of the name. And this is being required in the biodynamic standards now. And is there a way that we can actually uniformly test food in a grocery store as a consumer to know if an organic product has pesticides compared to a conventional product? And the third thing is, what is the nutrient content of the food? So can we test the nutrient density of a product in a grocery store? And all of these things, the technology is being developed or it's already here, but the policy is not not caught up. I'm not even allowed to vote. I had my postal vote canceled. I see. So when that happens in a society, when that happens to individuals, then that's like a societal collapse. And if you are just an individual, probably the people around you won't care, and they'll just continue to hurt you. But if you can find more people like you and actually make a movement, then you can have more power. But don't give up, because there is hope. Okay, let's see if I can share RimWorld. Oops, not that. It's my screen capture. Nope. Ha. That doesn't work. I suppose I'm gonna have to update my streaming platform because it's not sharing things right. Okay. Talk to you later. Oops. Okay. Pause. Hey, it's working. Okay. So, to talk about more of the practical parts of farming, food and farming, I started to play different games that have some element of agriculture, or I can look at a lot of different games and give a metaphor for agriculture. And RimWorld has interesting feature that you're dropped in a alien world, and you have these different regions, different kind of ecology, where you have to figure out how to survive. Some places are harder than others. They kind of make it so that forested area with some rivers, temperate, is good. But you can also go to like a mountainous kind of desert area or Arctic or jungle, and you'll have real challenges like diseases or too cold, or the people themselves and their interactions. They'll just fight each other or self-destruct. And each little character has a personality. So I made this world a while ago on stream, and I don't remember where I left off, but it looks like there's some challenges going on. Heat stroke, low food, low medicine, and it's amazing how you really can push them to get through it, or it feels bad if you actually lose these little characters. So let me relearn who these people are. Oops. Y'all giving me somebody else's flashbacks. You okay? So this person, he's 46. He's good at, he can do everything, but he's the best at just being smart and crafting things. So he's gonna be he's good at construction and mining, animals, that's really important, and medical. Okay, very important. So he's gonna be our researcher, and he's gonna be a tinkerer and a doctor. So, yes, doctor. He doesn't have social skills. Okay, here's our warden. Yeah, we've got Mel and Mal. So, let's see who's our farmer. Looks like it's gonna be Mel. Got a few crops here. Okay, we'll just go through. Everyone needs to be a firefighter. Everyone needs to take care of each other as a patient. We've got our, oh, well. She's a good doctor. You'd be number 2. Okay. Got our warden, animal caretaker. Yes, he's good. Cook, not him. Yes. Okay. We want to have people safe. We don't want them to have food poisoning. Hunting. Yes, okay, but I've had trouble where people just go off and hunt and they shoot some very dangerous animal and then they just destroy the whole colony. Like they shoot this rare creature that's very aggressive when you attack it. Okay, construction person right there. But we can build construction skills. Everybody needs to have a little bit of all these skills so that they're just continuously leveling up. And if one of them dies, then another one will be able to kind of pick it up. I did have a game where there was a child that was left. Everyone else died. And she didn't know how to cook. She didn't know how to raise food. And she basically had to survive eating raw meat and plants. And she got sick quite a bit. But she became an excellent hunter. And she survived for so long. Just that way. Being a hunter. Okay, here we've got our smith. Oh, they're all good. Okay. But this one doesn't have very many requirements, so. And need to be a tailor. We need the artist too. Makes people relieve stress. People need to haul things and keep things clean. Research. Yeah. Okay. Bio. Yeah, we've got a good crew here. Jeez. They don't have good armor, though. What do we have for... Let's see. Problems. Our guy is under a lot of anxiety. It's hot. And Mel is wandering around in a psychotic state because she's malnourished. So, okay. We need to get food. That's the #1 priority. And we need to research things so that we can build food storage and a cooling system. So, simple research bench. That's a lot of steel. Can I change it to wood? There has to be a way to change it to wood. I don't want to use steel. Come on, that's valuable. I just gotta go harvest wood, and then I'd be able to. Okay, that's my mission then. It's late. She's gonna need to sleep. It's dark in there. Not enough wood. Okay. Oh, there's lightning. Yeah. It's important that they get sleep. Hey, there's food. They'll be okay. We've got potatoes and rice growing. Okay, we're taking a break right now. And I'm back. Okay. Weird 3D natural sound effects. Not sure what you mean. Getting some medicine. Okay, and then there's deer over here. There's some males. A 6-year-old, 9-year-old, 10-year-old will kill the 10-year-old, maybe. Oh, there's no weapons. I chose the people who don't have advanced stuff. Okay. Let's see. We need pemmican. Need a research bench. Okay, so we're good now. We've got some tasks. Okay, sure. Yep, interesting research. Sci-fi research. Sounds good. Ooh, fire. Dang. Stay away from me. Ooh. Yeah. Natural disasters. It needs to rain. Come on, there's thunder. Oh, jeez, that's a lot. It says it's raining, but it's not really. Okay, we've got some. Yeah, it's raining. It is. Okay. In reality, that would make soil fertile because of biochar, and I've been thinking of making biochar for myself. Okay, somebody went really far away. What are you doing? Going to get... Oh, some berries. Okay, that's okay. What about... Needs. Why don't you just eat it? Oh, I guess she needs to cook it. She could get sick. Wait. Harvest this one first. What? Come on. Uh-oh. She won't do plant cutting. Silly girl. I got a donkey there. That's pretty good. Oh, what's she doing there? Just hanging out. Digging it, compacted machinery. Alright, sure. Yes. Okay. Have a good night. I'm glad you could join me. And we'll see if I do another one next month. It might be... It's, getting so light late at night that it's harder for me to do this kind of thing. busy, busy. Oh, there's a buffalo. Hey, I could tame the buffalo and... No, wait, they're not that kind of buffalo. I was thinking I could milk them. But I could get rid of some wool. Minor breakers. No. Okay, you don't need to do that. Can you cook? You're cooking. Okay, sounds good, and I'll be in touch. Oh, they're making bison sounds. Grunting. Need more berries. Berries, berries, berries. Yes. Uh-oh, my computer's freezing. Okay, it's okay. Relaxing. It's okay. Okay. We're gonna make wooden research bench. Okay. I'll check out the thing later. Impacted bowel. I don't want to have an impacted bowel, no. Can't want it. Oak trees. Okay, we're gonna go faster. Oh, it's okay. Caravan. Okay, that's cool. Nice. Maybe I can get some weapons. The results of my research. Okay. That's good. I will use it. Oh, there's a berry bush. Hello, people. Who's your boss? Who can I ask to trade? Maybe this person? No, only 2. Well, I guess it is Mal. Alright. Take you away. Aw. Okay. Let's see. My negotiator is in bad health, so the prices are going to be higher. Wow, psychic shock lance. Jeez. Insanity lance. Wow. Let's see. I kind of want that. Pemmican? Oh, I have pemmican. Or they have pemmican. Let's do 20. Medicine. I'll make them medicine. That's cool. I don't want that. Okay. And what about someone else? Mel, can you do it? Be my trader? Where's the dude? Where's the guy? Oh, there he is. Poor health. Come on. Okay. We're doing this. If I run into big trouble, I can subdue whoever I need to. One shot. Okay. Yay, we got pemmican. Everything's good. Yeah, she's cooking. Now what's Mom doing? Going to get the food, berries. What is it? Colonistry's rescue? What happened? Oh, gee. Heat stroke. Shucks. Okay. We're gonna make another bed. let's see. I need to make a better area too. Signal telemetry was coming from inside the house. Huh. I'm not sure what you mean there. Okay. But, let's see. I'm gonna make you rescue, and you can pick up the stuff. There we go. Okay, these people need to stay inside. Oh. Okay. Needs. Man's needs. Marine. Yep, I'm gonna mine and make this area bigger. Move the pause. Move this thing out of there. The research table so that they can get a good night's sleep. Keep them inside. Ooh, I don't want to save somebody. Cousin? Sister? Oh, man. How far away is this? Oh, it's not too far. But still. Ugh. Traveling. Blah. Hard. Dangerous. I don't have any weapons. 14 days, maybe. Oh, more flowers. Yep, gotta stay inside. Nature photos. Nope. Alright. I think we're surviving the night. And we should make another room. I'll make like a storage room or something. Okay, let's see the temperature though. Pause. Temperature. Can't tell. Okay. Hey, researching. Where's the pemmican? Are you going to get berries? No. You're going to harvest berries. You can just haul these. Where are you going? Okay. You're the one with the psychic plants. Wow. I'm gonna remove the zone here. Settings. Okay, hold on. I need to change some things. No rotten. No raw resources. No weapons. And no items. Okay. Take raw stuff to where is the pemmican? Did they eat it already? That was too fast. Pim 0. What the heck? Alright. Gotta keep harvesting berry bushes till we research stuff. Yeesh. Where are you? Watching the harvest. Getting good at it. Yay! Harvest botch. Yay! Got it. Yay, she came up again. Where are you going? Okay, good. Doing good. Taking care of the plants, nice. Uh-oh. Eclipse. Ugh. Alright, we are gonna pause. It's been a couple hours streaming, and that's probably a good place to stop because things are kind of okay. So, yeah, before disaster really happens. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you for coming to the stream. Till next.